So looking up projects and analysing patterns in charts.
Yeah, that was mine.
Good stuff. So do you want to introduce it and what you wanted to talk about with it, Jess?
Yeah, so I kind of want to go around the room and see what everyone's looking at. We'll pull up a chart on CoinGecko and we'll just look at a 5-minute chart, maybe a 10-minute chart, and just kind of, I know this isn't financial advice, but we'll just fantasy league, do some spot calls and spot tradings, test our ability to look for patterns on various charts. So I guess one that I'm looking on is ORAI. I guess I have screen sharing capabilities, don't I?
Yeah, you should have.
You bring that up.
Yeah, sure. Let me get to CoinGecko. Boom, boom, boom. ORAI chain.
It's
Pretty
quite a micro cap, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was kind of looking at this. So I guess starting as wide as we can go, I'm saying that this is in Canadian prices, by the way. I apologize. I'm Canadian. I'm looking at 875 as the trading range from 305. So then I go down to a year. I just kind of want to share how I go about looking at some charts and positioning some entries, and maybe we can collaborate and see how everyone else does it. It's like, okay, if I buy in now, I'm willing to have a loss tolerance of down to $2. Anything after that, I'm crying and never looking at wherever exchange I bought this on. And then my first exit might be 357. And then I would try to take another exit at 461. So I guess just looking at this chart, how would you guys call an entry and an exit?
No, I wouldn't use that chart. So I
You would
wouldn't
not use
chart.
that chart? Okay, would
Just
you
a
go to
quick
trading
question,
view?
Jess,
Sure.
so you're thinking of spot trading, are you, rather than not leverage or anything?
Yeah. I want to get back into spot trading. Just maybe do like one.
So
swing
if
trade
you
a week
hit
or
the
anything.
live chart option over on the left-hand side, does that bring you into trading view or something similar?
Gecko terminal. I've never been here in my life. 15 minutes, 1 hour.
But Jesse, can I ask what your background in trading is?
My background in trading?
What's your experience?
Oh, it's been a roller coaster. My experience is executing spot trades and swing trades with a margin call in a span of like four to 6 days, I guess. I am just kind of natural at identifying patterns and just placing lucky guesses. That's kind of my experience. So I would probably put a limit order in right around here.
How long have you been trading, Jesse?
Well, I've stopped. 2019 to 2021 is when I did my trades. I was probably doing like 10 a week.
Specializing in crypto?
Yes, only and always crypto. I find it's just easier it's easier to predict patterns. I don't know, this is just me. So the pattern I see here is a change in the red bars switching to green. So I might say so we're looking at a 1-day candle. I would say a green candle this is just a guess, and feel free, next person could pick a project and we just kind of guess and hypothesize on what's going to happen. But I think then the 17th might be a green candle, and I don't know how big these are. 10%.
What took you to ORAI chain, Jess? What interested you about the project?
Where's the information? I forget this. I forget where I found this, to be completely honest with you. It's just kind of on my watch list and something's tickling my funny bone about it. Specifically the volume. People are still like, this is mad volume, like, and it's still going down. So it looks like people are accumulating this. ORAI chain IO. Oh, it's an oracle. It's an AI. That's why I
AI
liked
oracle.
it. It was an AI oracle.
It's interesting actually, because when you talk about some of the projects from an investment perspective, I remember reading once that the projects that have potential are the ones that do something that a bigger player does, just on a smaller scale. So they only need to capture, so say you've got Chainlink, for example. Chainlink's got a huge share of the market. Something like, I don't know, Charlie 3 or iChain or whatever, which is another oracle on a different chain, only need to capture a small market share in order to become a player in it. I think the danger is with oracles. I mean, Chainlink is just steamrolled at everything. But no, it's interesting.
I've been told from a fairly reliable source that it is cheaper to build your own oracle than to use the Chainlink APIs.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely not the cheapest. I wouldn't have said.
So because they had such market share, I suppose you have this centralization and capitalization thing going on again. So I think competitors could actually do really well in oracles for that reason. We're voting on this.
We've just had the Roman votes come up, so we've got 2 no preference, 3 extend topics. So what I'll do, I'll give it another. We'll give it another 4 minutes, and just see what other people have got thoughts on.
I'll just jump in there on that one because I've opened up the chart here on TradingView because I just find I can read TradingView an awful lot better. I have the 1 hour chart. You were looking at the daily chart. Now I know absolutely nothing at all about this token. Okay. And I wouldn't call myself a trader or an experienced trader. However, guessing that the next green candle is going to be green, I don't think is a really great idea because we have an RSI indicator here that's shooting downwards at the moment on the daily. And if you're looking for a stronger pattern as such, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up candles, 2 down candles. If you're looking for a pattern, there was a larger amount of down candles, maybe 7 of them there, 5 up. You'd probably have another 7 down, and I could see that sort of pattern maybe. But I'd look at indicators to confirm or to throw out your hypothesis that maybe it's going to be a green candle. So come up with a hypothesis, yeah, but then verify it. But on verification, if you keep flicking through indicators, you are going to find something that's going to verify that for you. So you have to kind of find a couple of indicators that you stick with, and you kind of stick with them all the time, because as soon as you change indicators that start telling you something else, you've thrown your game plan out of the window.
You sure you're not a trader, Paul?
No, I'm not a trader, but I have
You talk sense. Yeah.
a lot of time in this game. I've spent a lot of time watching other traders. I watch trading videos. I play with TradingView. I do try find good entries and good exits, and so I just am brave enough to be a trader. Look, every time I buy, the price goes down. That's just, it doesn't matter what the indicators say. When I buy, everybody sell. When I sell, everybody buy. That's just the way it rolls. So I'll just stop sharing there and let somebody else hop in. Maybe they have a chart they'd like to look at, or like one of us to pull up.
I can share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got capability, or do you need me to give you co-host, Chris?
I don't know. Can you see my screen now?
Good.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is TradingView. This is the RI chain. So I don't understand your trading plan. So that Paul has touched on that. Do you use indicators? What setups are you looking for? Because describing it as it looks, or you think it doesn't work in trading. So it needs to be more defined. You can apply a Fibonacci examination on that from the low to high, and you see it's retraced down to a 0.78. It's pushed through that, so there's a total lack of support. You see a 0.618 is normally a bounce. It's shot through that, so it's gone to an extreme, which is good for potential entering. The next thing I would look at is look at multi-time framing to define your risk. So I don't know what type of trading you've been doing. Like, have you been like in it for seconds, an hour? Are you a scalper? Or are you a swing trader?
No, I usually like to hold positions for like a week.
A week. Okay, so a bit of momentum trading. A week. Yeah, it gives it room to breathe. So if you look at the weekly, and the indicators, as Paul's touched on, is I've got relative strength, stochastics, and MACD, which is fairly lagging indicator, but it's moving average, convergence, divergence. A lot of traders in the markets use that moving averages, crossovers as a time to confirm entries, but it is more lagging. Now, weekly, what you should be looking for across price and the indicators is corroboration. So, I mean, the MACD is still potentially pointing down, whereas stochastics on the weekly, we have a crossover, and the price, that's pointing down, so there's a contradiction there. On the monthly, doesn't really tell me much because there's not enough liquidity on this particular pair. And on the daily, that looks a positive trade. We have crossover on the MACD. We have corroboration on stochastics. And
this
so
does look risky.
If I was looking at that, I would have traded on the 9th of May. That would have been a setup for me. That would have ticked RSI, tick, bottoming, crossover, stochastics. And as you can see, the MACD is more lagging, but there's a slight convergence there. So when it crossed over, that was a confirmation. So the trade would have been the 9th of May. So my recommendation is be patient, learn how to scan across the different opportunities, cryptos. I do FX. I can scan 20 to 30 in 15 minutes in my setups. And then that's what we talk about, your setup, your trade plan and strategy. And then you got to define your risk in terms of lot size and how much. But yeah, that was the opportunity. It's now gone up and hit resistance and losing momentum. So the next, you then look for support. Is that's a ceiling there. So 3.704 would be a target, and then support is down in this region here. They're at 1.735, 2.2. You can see the 2.2 worked on that 8th, 9th of May. So look for those corroborations, just not it looks good, or I think. You have to have a defined strategy, otherwise you will get burnt. So I personally wouldn't be interested in that. It's getting toppy on stochastics, and RSI is turning down, so it's in no man's land. If it was up, here we go. There's overbought on RSI, peak on price, stochastic peaked out, and MACD. Oh, well, that was a bit iffy. Didn't confirm until there. So some people actually wait till confirmation on the MAC, which would have been in that region there. Okay, so corroboration, and learn how to set up a system where you can scan for opportunity rather than homing in on one. If you're trading, investing is a different methodology.